Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the podcast. This episode actually aired live a couple days ago.
So if you want to see the episodes live and earlier, go to twitch.tv/SuperSammy817.
Oh,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Two Bees in a Pod. Woo!
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 Episode 5!
Episode 5. My name is Sam, or Sammy, or Samantha, whatever. Yeah. And I use, yeah. I use she/they pronouns, and I'm joined with my co-host.
My name is Sab, or Sabrina, whatever you want to call me. I go by she/her pronouns.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. And this
Yeah.
episode is going to be a bit more of a chill one. I feel
Mhm.
like we didn't put okay, this sounds bad. I was like, we didn't put that much effort into it, but in the sense of we didn't go looking for things. Like the last
Yeah.
episode, we had to
Well, I mean, I went looking in my brain.
yeah, we went searching in our brain. We didn't search the interweb.
I'm also recovering from COVID.
Yeah,
So-
literally the day after last podcast. The
Yep.
day after, Sam tested positive for COVID.
And it was hell. And I'm still, horribly out of it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a chill one today.
So wear your masks and get vaccinated, because Sam is
I mean,
fully vaccinated.
I am triple vaxxed.
Yeah.
I have my booster.
And
Actually, I got my booster a week before I tested positive.
no, exactly. So, freaking.
But Omicron was just like, nope.
You think you can get away from me? No. So yeah, this is your friendly reminder to wear your fucking masks and get vaccinated, please, for the love of God. Thank you. Anyway. So, in this episode, we decided that we're going to list some hot takes of ours, because, that's always fun. hearing people's hot takes and seeing how the internet reacts to it.
Hopefully we don't get into too much trouble, but, a little bit of trouble will mean, more publicity and more people come to the podcast.
There you
So,
go.
hey.
There you go. No trouble is just not fun at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have that many. I couldn't think of a lot, to be honest. I can think of some, but also Sab and I are very similar people.
True.
So as we've just noticed talking to each other, we're like, oh wow, we have a lot of similarities.
We've lived the same lives, just in different fonts.
In different fonts, no, exactly. Same lives, different fonts. So some of mine might be similar to Sab's, but Sab showed me her list before.
Well, I was okay, to be fair, Rogers, once again. So the Wi-Fi wasn't working and I had nothing to do, so I'm like, I'm gonna just list them down. I have a whole list. Not gonna say all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to start though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We're gonna start PG.
Oh god. So you saying starting PG, I'm like, I have a feeling what the not PG ones are going to be, but
Dildos are vegan dick.
Thank you, everybody, to go to today's episode. That's it. We're ending it there. That's it. Sab has been.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Sab has been sending this to me for the past 4 days.
Yeah. Just
not...
randomly at random points. I'm just like this.
Oh.
Yesterday, Sam asked me why I keep saying it, and I'm like, can I say that? Is that a little too... What I said yesterday?
Yeah, maybe what you said yesterday is a little too...
Was a little too much?
Not safe
a little too graphic? I made a meme. I made a meme out of it, though. Can I show it? Will it show up properly if I show it on my phone?
Probably.
Let me see.
Our poor audio listeners.
Whatever. It's I mean, you could always go to YouTube. You know the timestamp.
We love you.
Can...
It says, dildos are vegan dick. Skeletor will return next week with more disturbing facts.
I did make this. I made this yesterday.
This is what I have to put up with.
Don't act like you don't enjoy it.
Oh, it's just that like I was at work.
Okay.
I work in a restaurant. I'm a line cook. I was at work. I pull up my phone to see what time it is, and all I see is a message from Seb. Dildos or vegan dick. I'm like, great. I love this.
Listen,
this
I brought this up. I brought this up to Robbie yesterday. Robbie's one of my best friends, and he liked the meme, but then he's like, well, if you think about it, veganism, like the whole point is like the animals don't consent to be slaughtered. So like if someone is consenting, then isn't dick technically vegan? Then I was like, just enjoy the meme. I went out of my way to make this.
Shut up.
Now,
don't disprove my meme, bitch.
Don't disprove my meme. Robbie, if you're watching this.
Oh, God. If you're watching this, watch out.
And he said that breast milk is vegan. We're not going to go into that.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it. I was even all morning today. I was like, is it?
I don't want to get into it.
Next hot take. Sam, go.
Okay. For fuck's sake. Okay. My next hot take is Beyonce is incredibly overrated.
I have that on my phone. I
I
have that on my phone.
I've listened to like I think I have like 2 of her songs saved, and I don't even listen to them anymore. I'll probably like if I was to go through my Spotify and see it, I'd probably unsave it. But like everyone was like I see everywhere people be like Queen Beyonce, which I'm like, you know what? People can have taste. Like I have my favorite artist, that's fine. But I personally think that she's just very overrated. Her music, some of her songs are good. I'm not saying they're bad, but I just think that she's like overhyped.
Yeah, I have this thing where like when I'm pretty sure everyone has this thing when like something's like super overhyped and you like go in with expectations and it just doesn't meet your expectations and you're like, really? Really? I don't mind Beyonce. I think she has good music. I don't think she's
the god that everyone makes her out to be.
Yeah.
She also makes so much money. Oh my god. Like I remember seeing, I don't know if it's 100% true, but I remember seeing like something on like either it was a website or like social media that like someone like screenshotted an article or whatever, but it was something to do that like from one concert, from like just tickets and like sales and like everything, she made like over like $60 million, which I'm like, what do you even do with all that money?
Yeah, what do you do with that much money?
Like, what? That is so much. Once again, don't know for sure if it's true, so don't take my word for it, but that's what I heard. So, I believe it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
No, exactly.
Yeah. All right, next one. Monica and Chandler were a better couple than Ross and Rachel.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. Anyone who says otherwise, I think you are a sad human being. Their relationship was so toxic.
Yeah.
Like, it just was not good. I don't get why people idolize Ross and Rachel so fucking much.
I don't either. Like, I haven't I haven't watched that much of Friends. Like I remember, I think I watched like the first season because my older brother was watching it when he used to live with us. So I would walk into his room to say something and I'd see him watching Friends. And like there's been times where like I would sit down and watch an entire episode with him, like not even meaning to. I just did because I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I haven't seen like most of Friends, but I've seen like clips and like I've seen actual episodes just in the beginning. But yeah, like Monica and Chandler's relationship, race. Monica and Chandler's race. No, Monica and Chandler's relationship was like it was just so much better. Like I don't even know what to say. Like there's just more chemistry, and there wasn't the whole like we were on a break. Like,
do you know how fucking annoying that is?
Oh,
that
God.
whole thing, like we were on a break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm annoyed. All right. Another hot take, they were on a break.
They were on a break, yeah.
even though it was like a day later that Ross slept with someone, they were on a break, but whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
Also, Friends isn't that great. I watched the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, when I was younger, I enjoyed it. But then I started like going back to it and I'm like, this really isn't that great.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, like I don't really have an opinion on Friends because like I said I haven't seen the whole show, but like I definitely think it's one of those like shows that is like also a bit overrated. So, but yeah. Another take of mine, which I know for a fact Sabrina will probably disagree with me on. I think Spotify is better than Apple Music.
I disagree.
I knew you were going to because I use Spotify and I know you use Apple Music. I just think Spotify is better.
You got me on the whole price thing. The price is so much better for Spotify, like premium. I just think Apple Music is better. There's so many like songs that you can't find on Spotify for some reason, but you can find them on Apple Music, and I'm just like,
that's true. That is true. Heck? Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it runs better for me. You know, I never had to worry about ads ever. Well, most people don't have Spotify Premium anyways.
That's true. So... Yeah, no, because like I used to pay for my own Spotify Premium, and then I was paying for my own Spotify Premium. My older brother was paying for his own, and my younger brother. And then my mom was like looking into getting Spotify Premium, and I was like, why don't we just get the freaking family plan? Because like it covers like multiple people. So like my brothers and I and my mom, we all use Spotify, but then my dad uses Apple Music. And there's times he's like, why am I paying for Apple Music when like and he's like, I'm paying for this subscription, what are you doing? And then my brothers are like, you're the only one that's using Apple Music, Dad. Like, why are you paying for it then? Why are you paying for a family plan when you're the only one that uses it? Like, what are you doing? But I know there's the whole thing with the Spotify Wrapped where people are like, I don't want to see your Spotify Wrapped. I don't care. I am going to post it, and if you don't want to see it, then fuck you. Whatever. Skip. Whatever.
I don't have an issue with people like posting, but it's just the fact that everyone is posting it at the exact same time. And it's like
it is like the only thing that you see for like 3 days when it comes out.
That's the only annoying part. Like I like seeing what people like to listen to. I think it's interesting. Like everyone has different music tastes, but like when it's like back to 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 back, it's really fucking annoying.
You know, I really like Spotify Wrapped because I want to know how much I've listened to music over like the span of the year, because I don't fucking keep track of that. And I know I listen to music a lot. I listen to music when I shower. I listen to music when I work. I listen to music when I'm like, well, when I'm streaming even. Like I listen to music all the time. Like everything I do usually has music. And and like, okay, this is off topic, but also like the fact that Jeff Bezos doesn't like music. Apparently Jeff Bezos hates music, which I'm like, what kind of fucking sociopathic behavior is that you hate music?
That's just another reason to hate Jeff Bezos.
No, exactly. I'm like, you're some weird freaking billionaire dude who is like...
I understand people who don't like music. Like
I don't...
It's not even just like music. Like everything has music.
No, exactly. Like
literally everything has music.
Like the ringtone on your phone when you're receiving a call is in some way considered music. Exactly.
Nature is music.
So that's why when people say they don't like music, I'm like, you're just like a psychopath, because like literally music surrounds your life and you don't even realize it, but you claim to hate music. Like I understand hating genres.
With a guitar in the back, I'm very right there. That's my guitar.
Very musically talented.
May have performed at a bar and grill a few times.
Yo. But yeah, so like I understand hating a genre. I fucking hate country music.
Country?
Which I was gonna say could be another hot take, but I think that's a very like common.
I think it's a
hot take.
A common take.
Exactly. So that's why I don't think it's very hot. I was debating like putting it down on the list, but I'm like, I feel like that's pretty common.
That's a common thing. Like I listen to a lot of rock music. Country rock, it slaps. It's pretty good. Country, not my thing.
The only country song, actually there's two that I can think of. There was one that I remember my class and I, when I was in middle school, we would sing this so often. It was like the "Baby lock them doors and turn the lights down."
It's a classic.
Exactly. We would just like, someone in my class would like break out singing it, and the whole class would start singing it. That's the only song that like I can think of that like I don't mind, just because it's become a meme for me. And the other one is like, oh, what's it called? It's with the Canadian like female artist that's really popular. Like, I don't think her name's Shania Twain, but why am I thinking
Shania Twain Canadian?
No, I don't think that's her name. I know there's an artist that's, I'm pretty sure, called Shania Twain, but I don't know. Wait. Canadian country artist. I'm looking this up because it's bugging me.
I don't have country music on my phone.
Shania Twain. Shania Twain is Canadian and country.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What's her really popular song? Like,
I don't know.
There's one that's like something about a like. Yeah, I feel like a woman. Da, 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 da. That song is a banger.
Underwood slaps though, like Carrie Underwood. They do slap.
So like, there's exceptions to the I hate country genre, but overall, it's for me just shit. And people
that like for country, like women, like their music is usually better to me than like the male country singers.
Yeah,
you know,
beer, pickup trucks, going out golfing with my buddies. That's male country music. I love how like music. I don't know. I feel like you might have sent me
Solo Cup.
I feel like
I'm pretty sure that's a song.
Oh, 100%. I remember hearing like Red Solo Cup somewhere. But I don't know if it was you that sent me this TikTok or not, but it was like someone was talking about like the difference between men singing country songs and women. And like men,
pretty sure I sent you that.
I think you did. And it's like the men are like, I'm going out in my pickup truck with my dog and we're gonna go hang out with the boys. And then the woman is like, I killed him. I finally did it.
He cheated on me and I finally did it.
He cheated on me and I fucking killed him. It's like, oh shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah. How do we got so off topic?
Whatever.
For those who, well, you guys don't know this, like the viewers don't know this, but we do the podcast every other week. The weeks in between the podcast, Sab and I meet up like every other week in between the podcasts to plan what we're doing for the next one, right? And it's gotten to the point where Sab's been like, we should just record these meetings because we'll go from talking about what we want to do and then we'll start freaking talking about something that's like all like a whole like 180 from the podcast.
They can like if we didn't have to like actually go, they could probably run for a couple hours.
Oh, 100%.
That's how like off topic we get sometimes.
Well, because we had a meeting, was it yesterday or was it the day before?
I think it was the day before.
It was Thursday.
Yeah.
We had our meeting Thursday and we started at around 8 and then we got off call at 10. And literally we spent maybe 10 minutes max talking about the podcast in that 2-hour period.
The entire time, Sam was just like, yeah, I gotta go at this time. But like, just didn't go. I'm like, we just have to, but like the content in our meetings is so good that we have to record them. Like, we have to start recording them.
If we ever miss a podcast, we'll just take one of our meetings.
That's just what we're gonna upload.
Upload it.
Just our meeting.
I just realized that we got into the topic of music because I was talking about Spotify.
You see?
This is a prime example of what happens.
This is also the reason we started a podcast.
Because we would get on calls and talk to each other, and then we would just start talking for like 3 hours. And we're like, wow, maybe we should start a podcast.
And then we did it.
And then we did, and now we're here. Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, let's just do the next hot take. We've been on music for a while. Okay. Pineapple belongs on pizza, and the people that are mad about it are always the hostile ones. I respect your opinion. I respect that you don't want pineapple on pizza. Don't fucking attack me.
You know what? It's true. Like, if you ask someone, like, do you think pineapple belongs on pizza? And they say yes. They're not like, yes, of course it belongs on pizza. What the fuck's wrong with you? They're like, yeah, I like pineapple on pizza. But then if you tell someone, if someone doesn't like it, they're like, what the fuck is this disgrace? I'm Italian. Why the fuck would you put pineapple on pizza?
Man, shut up. Like, why do you have to be so mean? Okay, like
also, like, we're judging people for putting pineapple on pizza. Who the fuck decided to put fucking anchovies on pizza? That shit sounds disgusting. You want fish on your pizza? Like, what? That is fucking nasty. Like, I don't like pineapple on pizza, personally. Not my thing. I honestly, plain cheese. Maybe bacon sometimes. That's how I like my pizza.
Fair
but,
enough.
like, anchovies?
Who came up with that?
I don't know.
I hope it wasn't the Italians. Because I have a lot of respect for you guys.
Yeah. Please tell me you guys didn't see these small fucking fish and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Bread dough, bread dough, sauce, cheese, fish. Mm-hmm.
Fish.
Bam.
Teeny tiny stinky fish. With their eyeballs still in there, and you're just...
Ugh. Let me just throw you back into my fucking fish tank at this point. Like, Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Let me just reach into my fish tank and take out one of those fuckers and throw it on the pizza if that's how you want to do. But yeah, like, yeah. I personally don't like pineapple on pizza, but I'm not going to put someone on a freaking, like, pitchfork if they do. Like, chill out.
I have been ripped in half by these people. Like... Okay, why are you so aggressive? It's food.
It's food, yeah, exactly. Everyone has different tastes, man. Same with music. Same with fucking Beyonce. I don't like Beyonce. You don't need to crucify me for it. Calm down. I don't mean to disrespect your god, your goddess, your Beyonce. God. But we can have different opinions. But yeah. Yeah, I never really thought about it until now. The people who are the most hostile about the pineapple on pizza debate are the ones who don't want it on pizza. Yeah. The ones who do are normally just like, yeah, I like pineapple.
I mean, I don't deny. There's probably some, like, pro-pineapple people.
Oh, yeah, who are hostile. Yeah.
Who are hostile. But majority of them are not.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I am the minority of the non-hostile pineapple on
You're
pizza
an ally.
Haters. I'm an ally. There you go. I'm an ally of the pineapple on pizza people.
I'm a PPP.
That sounds like it could be like some name of some like fucking offensive political party or something.
Probably.
Oh god. Okay. My next take. Riverdale could have been a good show if the writers didn't try and make it like Euphoria.
I think I watched like one episode and I was like, no.
I personally, like, I never read the Riverdale comics or anything, so I don't have like a very, like, because I know some people who like loved the comics and read them as a kid. When the show came out, they're like, absolutely the fuck not. I am not.
Yeah, I read a few of the comics. It's like a complete turn. Mm-hmm. It's like, why? Like, what was the point of this?
So yeah, so like as someone who didn't read the comics, I was like, oh, this would be an interesting show. And personally, I thought season 1 was like pretty good. Like obviously not amazing. It still had like really fucking cringy moments. I was like, what the fuck is this writing? And just overall, like the people who play like Archie and Betty, like they're fine, but they look way older than what they should be. And that's something that's like also an issue with just film and television in general, is that you look at like high schooler people and it's like, when I was in high school, these dudes who were 16 were like, there was some that were like tall but they were lanky, and there's some that were like short and like just doing their thing. They weren't freaking like 6 foot built like a fucking like
that's like an actual issue though, because the reason why they do that, they obviously look older than they're playing, right? Yeah. But the reason why they do that is because of the content. There's like sex and like
exactly, yeah. Because you can't
bad stuff. You can't have a minor
teenagers
playing
doing that. Yeah, no, exactly. Which
legally
I get.
You can't.
Yeah, no, I know. Like
So the reason why they do that is that, but then it like brings up the question, like, why are you making a show about these teenagers and like bringing that subject in and making it like a whole thing? And then it has an effect on society, and it's like, oh, like this is what we're supposed to do at this age, but we're not doing that, and then it makes people feel bad. It's a whole thing that like it needs like a proper discussion about it.
But yeah, so like I personally liked the first season of Riverdale. I thought it was pretty cool. Second season, I remember watching it and being like, what in the fuck is going on? Like at that rate, I was watching it because I'm like, let's see how like deep the writers can keep digging this fucking hole, because it's like getting deep. And I stopped watching like halfway, or no, I think I watched all of season 2, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to fucking watch this anymore. But they 100%, like, I haven't seen Euphoria. I haven't watched it, but I've seen, like, clips. I've seen, like, edits, whatever. So I know the overall, like, themes of Euphoria. Riverdale was 100% trying to hit that mark, but they missed it by, like, 100 miles. Like,
it's like the Great Value Euphoria.
Exactly.
Walmart brand.
Well, yeah, it's the Walmart version of Euphoria. So I'm saying Riverdale could have been so much better if they weren't trying to make it like Euphoria. And you know the show's bad when the fucking actors are like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just like I've seen like Lily Reinhart in like in interviews being like, I don't know what to tell you. Betty's like doing her own thing, I guess, which I was like, oh, like it's hard to defend the show you're in when it's that bad, and also you're just kind of at the point where you're like, I don't even want to defend it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's another thing why I hate when people like shit on actors for how the show's going, because they have control of how they portray the character, but they only have so much control over what the character's saying and the character's
That's the thing that people don't seem to understand, is like they think that actors have more power than they actually do.
They don't.
Like,
they don't.
They don't. Like seriously, like the direction that you get from your director and from just people influencing the show, you have to go by that. And if you don't, see ya.
Exactly. Like, as someone who did a 4-year writing program and is also in school for acting, because we both were, the writer writes out everything they say. Sure, there's instances where like actors improv, but like some directors like hate that. Like I know a lot of directors who are like some directors are like, yes, like improv, like do whatever you want to do, and some directors are like, stick exactly by the lines or else, you know.
So and it's also like, just the way the character is written. Like you have to portray the character how it's written. Obviously, you have to like do a lot of work and like, you know, make your own like inferences and like just like, oh, like if I was this character, like this is what would happen. But like, yeah, actors don't have as much control as people think they do.
Exactly. And they get like, I feel like actors get like the head of all the like, they're like the ones that are attacked the most when it comes to how a character's like what's it called, how people like react to a certain character, even though like obviously you have your creative choices when it comes to a character, but like people seem to think that you decide everything that the character does, which is not the case. So it's like not. So that's why whenever I see people being like, oh, like I hate how this person played this character, which I'm like, okay, yeah, you can hate how they played it, but it's also like to some degree, like, they can't control how the character's written. They can't control whether or not this character gets with this character. If the writers decided to do that, then they have to go with it. They can't walk into the writing room and be like, I don't like what you're doing. Change it
also,
now.
Just like another thing of like, you're gonna know the actor's name. They're front and center. How many people know the writer's name? How many people know the names of the directors? Not very many people.
In television, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I think Riverdale definitely could have been like a decent show, at least, if they didn't try so hard to go with the whole Euphoria like feel, because Euphoria does it great. Like, I've seen clips. Euphoria, like, I haven't watched the show, but it looks really good and I want to watch it. Is there some parts where I'm like, that's interesting? Yeah, but like, at least Euphoria did the whole like crazy high school drama, drugs, whatever the fuck scene better than fucking Riverdale did. I remember watching the season 2 finale of Riverdale where like there's a murderer trying to like kill like Archie and Betty and Jughead in them, and then they had to run around the town in fucking dresses doing this like puzzle that the freaking murderer set up, and then they were about to get killed because they like failed a puzzle, and then freaking what's her face, the redhead girl, whatever her character's name is, came out and shot the killer with a bow and arrow. I was like, okay, hold on.
What is this, an escape room?
It's an escape room, and apparently fucking Robin Hood's a part of it as well. So as soon as I watched that episode, I was like, I'm pretty sure I like sat at my computer and was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna continue watching the show anymore. So yeah, that's my hot take. What's your next one?
I think it's a fair hot take. We're gonna get a little into it. Okay? Straight men who are so opposed to homosexuality are just afraid that they're going to be sexualized the way they sexualize women, specifically lesbians.
They do sexualize lesbians a lot.
Lesbian porn is literally for straight men.
Yeah. Which is like, that's gross. Like, the fact that like a freaking sexuality has been sexualized to the point that it can accommodate to, like, you know, it's like, how does that make sense? It doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
But yeah, like, fucking, like, I remember seeing something on Twitter where this person was like, look at these GIFs. Or not GIFs. It was like, if they went on Instagram and they looked up gay. And it was like Instagram accounts being like, love yourself, like, gay people, woo, you know, and then, like, buy the same thing. But as soon as you look up lesbian, it was just a bunch of, like, girls fucking making out with each other, and it's like, sure, there's nothing wrong with girls making out, but when it's hyper-sexualized for men's enjoyment, that's just fucking weird. Like, that's fucking gross. Like,
it's like, if you like really think about it, I know this has been said like for a long time, but like, it's like, really think about it, isn't that messed up?
Yeah.
Like, how messed up is that? That's like, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
It's not
Why are
cool.
straight men so afraid to kiss the homies?
No, it's not even that though. Like seriously, straight men are some of the gayest men that I have. I'm not using it as an insult, obviously.
No, it's not even an insult.
Literally like the gayest men I have ever met.
The amount, I have so many, I am friends with tons of dudes. I just, like, since I was a kid, I just got along better with guys. So I have a lot of close friends who are guys, and the amount of times they've like I have a friend of mine who has like kissed more men than he has women, and he is straight. And it's like, you know what, do your thing. Straight. We're not assuming sexualities, but he is straight. But that's the thing. Like, so many of my straight guy friends act so gay. And
it's the thing too, like because of that, but like what, all of a sudden if someone is actually gay,
yeah,
like they just get like filled up with anger and are just like, whoa bro, like what the fuck, like,
yeah, obviously not all dudes.
From me, like, not all. If
well,
you're getting mad at me talking about this, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
If you're not pissed off, then you know, like, you're not like that.
You're not like, exactly. If you're getting mad about what we're saying about straight dudes, then that means we are referring to you.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, haha, that's funny, that's not me, then you know it's not you and you're good. But yeah, no, like, I've heard of stories of, like, guys, like, joking around with their friends and, like, doing things that are gay, you know? And then as soon as one of them actually is gay, they're like, whoa, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong? And it's like, just because someone's gay doesn't mean that they are attracted to you. Like,
actually, speaking from that, like when I came out as bi,
mm-hmm.
do you know how many girls were like, "That's great, but like I'm not interested in you."
Exactly. Like I knew a friend of mine that I was really close with came out as bi in middle school, which I was like, yeah, like good for you. I'm so happy that you're like you feel comfortable enough to say this. And I remember when she did that, there was girls in our class being like, okay, but I don't like you. And it's like,
why are you assuming that I like you?
Why are you assuming that because she likes the same gender, she's automatically attracted to you? Like that's just so rude. It's like if someone was to say it to me, I would have been like, that's great because I'm not attracted to you either. And it's the best when you say that and they're like, oh.
And then they get all offended. Like, I'm sorry, I thought you would be happy about that. Like,
yeah, like do you think I'm going to be happy that you're telling me that you don't like me? Like I don't really give a shit actually now.
I don't care. I feel no ways, bro.
So I don't know why you're expecting me, or I don't know why people don't expect someone to be like, yeah, no, I don't like you. And then, like, I don't know why people don't expect that. It's like, what? But yeah. Straight dudes, I don't think they know what's going on sometimes when it comes to sexuality. They're just like, you know. And then it's like there also is a problem with people hypersexualizing gay men, but it's not nearly as bad as it is with lesbians.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, it is the... oh god, like the fact that like you said that lesbian porn is like basically it's made to accommodate to dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? That no. Like why? Like what about the lesbians who want to watch porn, huh? What about that? But it's just,
I'll tell you what they do. They
men.
just look up amateur shit. Because they can't watch the professional stuff.
No, exactly. We're getting so NSFW right now.
Whatever.
Okay. My next hot take. This is gonna get me in trouble. I already know, but I don't care. Not like canceled, but like people are gonna be pissed at me. Personally, I think there should be more movie adaptations of video games.
I agree.
Obviously, like, I know some people, I had like a similar talk with some of my friends about this because we were discussing the live action Avatar movie that's being made with Netflix or show, whatever. And I was talking about how like I personally like live action adaptations because I'm like, I want to see what they think of like what the IRL version of this character would be. And my friends were like, okay, so like they asked me, they're like, if someone asked you to be in a live action adaptation of Red Dead Redemption, which is my favorite game of all time, would you do it? And I was like, hell yeah. And they were like, okay, but are you doing it because you want to be in the live action adaptation, or are you doing it because you want to be part of the franchise as a whole? And I was like, oh, the franchise as a whole. Yeah, like the live action adaptation would be cool, but like in general, it's just because of I want to be a part of the franchise. And they're like, okay, but do you need to be in a movie to do that? I'm like, no, technically not. But like, even then, so like there's that whole argument where it's like you don't need live action adaptations to add on to like a franchise. Which I agree with. Like, keep making video games.
I think they can be fun though. Like it's a fun thing. Like, I think in like obviously like things have to be changed for like film purposes because like sometimes just video game stuff just doesn't work.
They started off as video games for a reason.
Yeah.
But I think like movie adaptations of video games are so cool. Like, I am fucking excited for the Uncharted adaptation because I grew up playing Uncharted. Like, my brothers and I played Uncharted when we were like 12, which was probably not legal for like following COPPA, you know, like regulations, but it's fine because I'm pretty sure Uncharted is like either teen or mature. Anyway,
all the video games I played were rated.
Oh yeah, no, me too. Like when I like Red Dead Redemption, the first game, or even the second game is mature. I played it when I was like 10. So that's a whole other thing. But yeah, like I've followed like I followed Nathan Drake's story since I was like 10. I wanted to see what they like. I was curious who they'd pick for like the actual like for the movie adaptation characters, whatever. Although I don't 100% like the fact that it's Tom Holland personally. Nothing against Tom Holland. I feel like he doesn't really look like Nathan Drake.
Personally. Yeah, I was a little surprised that they casted him.
Cause in the latest game, Uncharted 4, I don't think it's the latest one, but like whatever. The latest game that has Nathan Drake as the main character, they had like an hour section in the game where you played as like Nathan Drake as when he was in like the foster home or whatever, and like it was him and Sam, right, like doing their thing and trying to get around the church. And so I'm like, if they were like doing a movie set in that time period, I understand Tom Holland, because I see Tom Holland as like a young Nathan Drake, and people have told me that he is, but like in the movie anyway, like the movie is like a younger version of Nathan Drake, but I'm like, how young though? Because he's like, he doesn't look like teen young, but he isn't like he also doesn't look the same age as Nathan Drake in like the first game when he was like freshly exploring these ruins, you know? But yeah, I would love to see a movie adaptation of Red Dead Redemption. Although that would probably it would technically be just like any other Western movie, but still.
True, but like Westerns are fun.
I love Western movies. Cowboys and like Western movies, I eat that shit up. I love it. But
can you imagine a live action Detroit Become Human?
That would be really cool. Like that would.
And they use the same actors because they all used it.
They look well. The actors, like the motion capture they did, it looks exactly like the actors.
Sure, but they're gonna, for Gavin Reed, they're gonna have to do something a little different because Kamsky is the face of Neil Newbon, who voices Kamsky, but he also voices Gavin Reed, so they're gonna have to find someone else to play Gavin.
Oh, and you know what's also interesting? Well, there's been fan films made of Detroit Become Human.
They could use Gavin from there, but like I think they should keep that separate though, because it's
and also like I'm pretty like I think there was like a fan film that was released in like 2019 that was like legit an hour long. But it was also like it was a fan film that was also like shipping Connor and Gavin, I think. So it's like,
which I mean, fair.
Yeah, but also like I don't know if they'd actually incorporate that into the game. Anyway, whole other thing. But like seeing those fan films, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like I like how like, because like the actors obviously don't look identical to the characters because they didn't get the actual actors from the game.
Yeah.
But it was so cool to see like people's renditions of it. So that's why I think that like movie adaptations of video games aren't as bad as people make them out to be, because it's like obviously they're not going to be the exact same. It's going to be impossible to make them the exact same. If someone's managed to do that, then like props to them.
I think we have like a different perspective on it because we're actors and like we understand. But people just like seem to like not understand that things need to be changed for film and TV.
Yeah.
Like you can't have the exact same things, because something that works in a video game cannot work unless it's something like Detroit Become Human, which is kind of like a movie video game, but like even then, like there are things that won't work in a film.
No, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and I guess there's also the whole other aspect of like, as an actor, the pressure, like I can only imagine, like if I was casted to play like fucking, for example, like Abigail, like from Red Dead Redemption, which is John Marston's wife, I would feel so stressed out trying to get like the exact like her personality and everything else down. So it's like the actors who are playing those characters, I almost feel bad for them in the sense that video game movies already have a bad rep to begin with, and then they have to deal with the hardcore fans who are like nitpicky about very specific things. But I think I would love to play in a video game movie adaptation of a video game. I think it would be fun, and I think like I just find it interesting to see like people's like takes on what an IRL version of a video game would be. So that's why I think there should be more movie adaptations of video games, but I know a lot of people disagree with me on that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree though. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Capitalist Christmas is different from Christian Christmas.
Wait, what? Repeat that?
Capitalist Christmas
Mm-hmm.
is different from Christian Christmas.
I'm not religious, so I don't really know how Christian Christmas works, but like,
I mean, it's kind of the same, but the thing is, like, the religion is taken out of it.
yeah.
That's the whole point. Like, I'm not Christian. I didn't grow up Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I celebrate Christmas
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
So, like, I think it's, like, an unfair expectation for Christians to, like, be like, well, you can't do this because ... whatever, this is what happened, like, you're not supposed to celebrate like this. Like, it's kind of different.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
no,
whole thing.
exactly, because like I find a lot of like religions, like Christianity, and like, okay, maybe I shouldn't talk a lot about religion because I don't know much about it, but also like religions like Christianity and like Catholic, is it called Catholicism or like just Catholics in general?
Catholicism?
What?
Catholicism.
I don't know.
Catholicism.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Catholicism.
Okay, that I'm not even gonna try and say it. I know I'm gonna butcher it. Since it's like, it's very, I don't know if popular is the right word, but it's like the main religions in like Western countries, if that makes sense. Like in like the US and Canada and stuff like that. And so then I find usually when something is like a majority in a Western country, it kind of becomes like a given just across the world, if that makes sense. Like Westernization of like just the world. And so that's why I think like Christmas is so big across the world, because religion started it, whatever.
But it's also a pagan holiday, but we're not going to get into that.
Oh, I don't know anything about paganism, so I can't even comment on that. I know you know stuff about that. But what's it called? So like I think it's dumb that people are like, you aren't celebrating Christmas properly. It's so like modernized now. Like religion, like obviously religion is still huge across the world, but especially in like today's day and age, I feel like religion doesn't have as much of an impact on like certain things as it did in like the past. Like for example, politics. Religion still has an impact in politics, but not nearly as much as it did like 40 years ago.
We're moving towards like a less religious world, which, I mean, arguably, depending on what you believe in, is probably better because there's less, like, you know, bias.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like especially the younger generations, they're now like realizing the impact that religion has had, the negative impact, at least, that religion has had on this world.
Yeah.
And now are like, is this something that we really want going forward?
No, exactly. And so, like, I think it's dumb that, like, if some people are like, you're not celebrating Christmas properly. It's like, I'm not religious, so I'm celebrating Christmas how I celebrate Christmas, which is capitalism, baby.
Capitalism, baby.
So it's like,
I still put cookies out for Santa? Yes. I will full on admit that. Up until like a year ago, I even wrote in Canada. I don't know if like other places, but you can, for Canada Post, you can send in letters to Santa and they write back.
Yeah.
And I used to do that all the time up until like 2 years ago. Okay. I still put out cookies for Santa. All right. But that's just because I want to keep my inner child intact.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly. So yeah, so I also, you know what, yeah, I agree with the whole like capitalist Christmas is different than Christian Christmas. And also, like, if you're gonna tell someone how to celebrate their holidays, like, what the fuck? Like, let people fucking celebrate Christmas how they want to celebrate Christmas.
Should you be with your family during the holidays? Doing good deeds.
Going to church, you know.
Going to church.
Go pray to God, and I'll go eat my cookies at home with my freaking gifts, okay? You do what you want to do, I'll do what I want to do. I wish more people were like that. I hate when people are like judging someone for like doing something that they want to do, even though it doesn't harm other people. It's like, let someone.
It doesn't. If it doesn't affect you and it's literally not causing harm, why does it involve you? It doesn't.
It doesn't. And I will put myself on blast. There are some exceptions to that. Like, personally, furries make me uncomfortable. I'm not going to shit on them for doing it, but they make me uncomfortable. But they can also live their life.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
But also, I knew someone in high school who used to make fursuits. They made bank from that stuff. So, you know, they get your money. Like, get your money. But also, like, personally, I wouldn't want to be around any of that stuff, but also, like, I'm not gonna shit on you for doing it. If you're happy dressing up in a fursuit, then, like, do your thing, I guess. Do your thing. But, yeah.
No comment.
No comment.
I'm not allowed to comment. I won't say why.
Okay.
You make your own assumptions, but... I'm furry. Don't make that assumption. I'm not nothing wrong with it. I'm just, don't make that assumpon.
God.
That's not me.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on before we dig ourselves.
Nothing to do with it.
Moving on before we dig ourselves into a deeper fucking hole. Okay.
You started it. You started this.
I did get on the topic of furries, to be fair.
How do we go from Christmas to furries?
God, how do we go from Christmas to furries? How do we... Holy shit, stop! I'm actually crying.
Anyways, tomatoes suck.
I was literally about to say that as my hot take. Tomatoes, disgusting. I'll eat ketchup tomatoes. Or tomato sauce. Tomatoes, like sliced tomatoes, absolutely the fuck not. I want nothing to do with sliced tomatoes.
My parents were making sandwiches last night, and they were cutting tomatoes, and I saw my dad eat like 2 slices of tomatoes, and I was gross. Like, one of my friends, he any chance he got, purposely bit into a tomato like an apple in front of me. And it would make me gag. Because I could smell the tomato.
Gross. What the fuck?
It's also a struggle because I love Italian food. Mm-hmm. And I make a lot of Italian food. Yeah. So I make my own sauce a lot.
Yeah.
And I have to cut the tomatoes. And the entire time I'm like...
You cut tomatoes like how people cut onions.
Like, yeah. I have no problem cutting onions. I like onions.
I love onions.
I'm a fan.
I won't eat an onion like a fucking apple. I won't do that. But like onions on like anything, raw onions, fucking like
I like raw red onion. It's good.
I'm trying to remember if it's red onions that I eat. I don't fucking know. I eat onions.
Have you? I like them grilled. I like them whatever. They just good.
What's the onion that they cut it so it opens up like a flower and then they like dip it in
blooming
batter?
Onion.
What is it called?
Blooming onion.
Those look good. I've never tried them, but
those
look
are
really
yummy.
Good.
Or fried. I mean, anything fried's good.
Not Unless good for you, but it tastes freaking good. Ew! Imagine a fried tomato. That'd be so gross. Like imagine
fried cheesecake. Let's just move on. I don't want to think about
fried cheesecake is so good. Okay, anyway.
At the C&E. Oh my god.
But yeah, I personally I don't mind the taste of tomatoes. Like fresh tomatoes, like I would never eat a tomato like raw, like, you know, like it's just very, it's like it tastes like extremely watered down ketchup with a fucking weird texture. Because for me, when I don't like a food, it's normally because of the texture. Texture is something I've never been able to get over. If it has a weird texture, I can't eat it. Which is the same reason why I hate mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. Because of the texture, I don't like them. I've eaten them before, and there's been times where I've eaten mushrooms, and I'm like, yeah, I don't mind them at this certain moment, but like if someone was to give me like a pasta or like pizza and it had mushrooms on it, I'd pick the mushrooms off because I don't want anything to do with mushrooms.
I don't mind mushrooms. They're whatever. They can be good. They can be bad. But tomatoes also like make everything soggy. So like if you're making a sandwich
Mm-hmm.
with tomatoes in it and you're taking it somewhere and it's soggy, it makes it soggy, and you're gonna eat that. You're gonna eat soggy bread
Yeah.
dipped it's soaked in tomato juice.
Also, you started to cut out a little bit there, but I think you're okay now.
It's fine.
You went a little robo. But yeah, like the amount of times like I like if we like order food, for example, like order takeout at my house and I get a club sandwich, I always ask my mom, I'm like, please put no tomatoes. She's like, you can just pick them off. I'm like, no, you don't
No,
get it. The
you
bread will
don't
go
get it.
soggy. It's gonna be soggy with freaking tomato juice. It's gonna
Then
taste
everything's gonna
bad.
taste like a tomato juice, like aftertaste. It's
Oh,
gross.
exactly. And I'm like, I don't want to taste tomatoes in my fucking bread. Please.
Bruschetta though.
Oh my god.
Or
Bruschetta slaps. Bruschetta. People call it what?
It's apparently it's actually bruschetta,
Bris. Ew.
not bruschetta.
Tomato,
Well, that's like the
tomato.
proper pronunciation. No,
Tomato, tomato.
we're not in
Bruschetta.
the UK
We will be,
yet.
hopefully, at
Yeah,
some point.
hopefully.
But,
But bruschetta.
it's so good. I love bruschetta. We, like, so I work at a restaurant and we make bruschetta for, like, we have something called, like, bruschetta flatbread. Uh-oh, I think Sabrina froze again. I'll keep talking. We have something called bruschetta flatbread, and we make the bruschetta. Oh, hello, you back?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, you
Can you
froze
hear
for
me?
me. I can hear you now.
Well, I wasn't moving, so I don't know.
Oh no, you actually did froze for me.
Oh, I froze.
Frozed. Yeah, you froze the
Froze.
But yeah, so
Gotcha.
at my restaurant we make our own bruschetta and it's just tomatoes. Like obviously it's not like how you should make bruschetta because it's a fast food chain. So, but it's tomatoes, oregano, and a garlic puree that we make at the restaurant that we just mix together.
You put salt in it?
Yeah, we put salt. Well, we put salt in it to
Okay.
drain like the tomatoes. Like,
Well,
the
no,
tomato
but
juice
tomatoes
kinda do.
need salt.
No, I know.
They need salt.
Yeah, like we put salt in it, but like I fucking love garlic. Garlic, so good.
Garlic girl.
So yeah, like garlic is amazing. So like that bruschetta is just, oh, it's so good. And so like bruschetta bread with like fucking like if you like sliced baguette bread toasted with bruschetta and feta cheese, amazing. But tomatoes and anything else, fucking disgusting.
If I can taste like the original tomato flavor, no thanks. As long as it's mixed in with other shit so I can't taste it,
Yeah.
it's all good.
No,
I'm fine with
exactly.
it.
Yeah. And yeah, for me, like, I don't, like, it's not so much the tomato, like, flavor for me. Like, I guess it is partly that, but also just, like, the texture of a tomato is, like, a fucking, like, weird watermelon where it's, like, soft and juicy, but, like, in a really bad way.
I get what you mean.
So, yeah. Tomatoes, no. But apparently, that's a pretty common take. A lot of people, like, I think I remember being told tomatoes are one of the most disliked food. And you know what? I'm going to bring up another take about food. I think peanut butter is gross. Peanut butter is gross. I hate peanut butter. And we talked about this during our meeting.
Yeah.
I don't like peanuts. And there is a story partly behind that. I never really was a fan of peanut butter, which my grandma fucking hated because my grandma would babysit my brothers and my brothers love peanut butter, but I didn't. So whenever my grandma had to make lunch, she'd like make us all peanut butter sandwiches, and I was like, I don't eat this. She was like, why do you have to make my life difficult? But I used to love roasted peanuts. Like, you know, the peanuts that you could get in a bag that are usually like salted or whatever?
Yeah.
I would eat those all the time. I loved them. And there was one time when I was probably maybe 7, around that age. My grandma took my brothers and I to a fair. and I probably ate maybe like 3 bags of fucking, not like huge bags, but like snack bags like that of like roasted peanuts. And when I got home, I fucking threw it all up. I threw it up and I felt horrible. And from 7 till maybe about 12, 13, if I walked into a corner store and saw a bag of peanuts, I would feel physically sick and I'd have to like look away from it. It was that bad.
Wow. Is that traumatizing?
It was that traumatizing. Like if I walked into like any store and saw that company or just like a bag of like salted peanuts, I would start to feel sick. I would have to walk out. So yeah. Peanuts,
man.
I can see peanuts now. Like I've eaten peanuts before. I don't care. But like I will, like, if I would only eat peanuts if I was like I had no other choice and I was starving. Like that's the only time I'd eat peanuts. Like even like Reese's peanut butter cups, I've eaten them before, but like I usually just give them to my brothers. Like if I, like, for example, when I moved out of town for school, my grandma made me like these care packages of like just like little things that I might need, and she put a whole like a huge container of peanut butter cups, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat these.
You should have given them to me.
I didn't know you at that point. And they went bad. Like they were not bad, but they were just super stale, so I just ended up throwing them out. But I was like, I think I ate like one, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna eat these. So yeah, I think peanut butter is very gross.
I love peanuts. I was sad. Okay, so another story time about roasted peanuts. I think I told you this. I got like super stoned, and we didn't have roasted peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's not okay. That's homophobic. So then I roasted peanuts, but I made too many. And I made a lot, and I just ate a lot of roasted peanuts. That's my story. I didn't throw up though.
That's good. I don't recommend throwing up roasted peanuts. Not.
I feel like that'd be gross. It was like
gross
bad texture coming out.
Like I could go into detail about how bad it was, but I don't know if people want to hear that.
No. Tell me later. I don't mind. But yeah, I don't think it's something we want on.
Yeah, because like I don't know if this was just me, but like when I was a kid, if I threw up, I'd like start crying afterwards because like I feel gross, you know.
I'll do that sometimes, but that's just because I violently throw up.
Yeah.
If I throw up, I'm violently throwing up.
Yeah.
Like I just start crying because it's like I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
I'm in pain.
Yeah. So like I remember just like throwing up the peanuts and then just like crying. I'm just sitting in the bathroom like I don't feel good. And my grandma was like, what the fuck? What is happening? So yeah, peanuts, not a thing for me.
Just like
Mom, I threw some peanuts.
Did it come out as peanut butter?
Ew. That's so gross. But something I did like a week or two ago, I know I don't like peanut butter. I don't eat peanut butter. Like I've never liked peanut butter. But so I have a Great Dane who is 8 years old. So she's an old girl. She's reaching her elderly days. And she has like some muscle issues, so she has to take like pain meds for them. And so I'm usually the one who gives her the pain meds. So what I do is that I take a piece of bread, I put peanut butter on it, and I put the medication on it and close it. For some reason, in my fucking like post-work like freaking haze, because I just finished a shift at my restaurant, I got peanut butter on my finger, and instead of just, you know, like maybe wiping it off on a tissue, I like licked my finger. And as soon as I did it, I was like, I was like, and then I was like, wait, why did I do that? I don't like peanut butter.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry.
Start crying, Sam.
No, I didn't cry about the peanut butter. But yeah, my hot take is I don't like peanut butter. I have one more hot take on my list. So how about you pick one that you like and we'll both do one more each. Because I know we could be here for like fucking 3 hours if we just keep going.
That's so true. Do I have any that aren't really gonna make people mad?
Let's not get
I
canceled.
mean, no, not like canceled. I guess canceled by like
that
people, that group of people.
That's.
But I mean, I feel like these are like pretty like common things that like a lot of people do agree with.
So just say one
but maybe that's just because I surround myself with people who do agree with certain things.
Yeah, surround ourselves with people who are similar to us.
I mean, we're the exact same person, just different fonts.
Different fonts.
I don't really want to get into that right now. That's just like. No, here's. I'll go with this one.
Okay.
Okay. Having piercings and tattoos and like weird colored hair or a different hairstyle than like traditional shit does not make you unprofessional.
No, it doesn't. I hate that.
It does not make you unprofessional.
I hate that people like
that rule is stupid. I think that it's fucking 2022 now. Like, get over it. A lot of people have tattoos. No, exactly. Especially this generation. Like, we have a lot of tattoos.
We both have tattoos.
We both have tattoos.
Like,
I've colored my hair a bunch of different colors, but I can't do that anymore because acting purposes, I understand.
Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't make you unprofessional. And I don't understand. Like,
and also, like, there's some, like, racism that comes with that, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, the amount of shit that, like, black women, for example, have to deal with when people are like, your hair is unprofessional. It's like, it's their fucking hair! Yeah, like...
Have you seen Boris Johnson's hair?
No, exactly. How is that shit not unprofessional? Hello? Like, what?
Are you kidding me?
So
like the amount of racism that like comes into play, it's just fucking ridiculous. Like, how are you gonna tell someone who has a different textured hair, who has like different needs for their hair? We all do.
Yeah.
We have different needs, right? And they can't they can't have their own protective hairstyle, and that's considered unprofessional.
No, exactly.
Get fucked.
Yeah, like
seriously.
It's ridiculous that like for some reason the professional norm for women's hair is like straight, like just straight hair. Like I've seen people be like curly hair. Like
no,
it's like it's fucking hair. Like
hair, bro.
What?
Like.
And so, yeah. And so, like, the same goes with, like, tattoos and piercings. Tattoos and piercings, I feel, is a different not genre, but, like, a different kind of, like, unprofessional when people talk about it. Because, like, hair 100% is, like, rooted in, like, fucking racism. It comes from, like, racist, yeah. But, like, tattoos and piercings, that was just kind of, like, those were just, like, frowned upon. And, like...
And why? What? Unless it's like something super offensive.
Well,
like you're telling me like my spade and my eye and this like cloud and like this lightning.
Oh wait, I was going to show my tattoo on my ankle, but I'm not wearing socks, so I don't really feel like doing a foot reveal.
No, you're gonna end up on WikiFeet. Super Sam 817.
Oh god, absolutely not. But actually, interesting thing, in high school I took a introduction to anthropology, sociology, and psychology class, and I did my midterm what's it called, my midterm like oh my god, like research paper on tattoos. And I know, at least from what I researched in, I don't know if it's specifically Japanese culture, but somewhere in Asian culture, tattoos are frowned upon because there's a lot of gangs that use tattoos.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, because I was like, oh, I didn't even like think about like that aspect of it. Yeah. And so I know like some people like don't like tattoos because of those like affiliations tattoos have in that sense, but also like nowadays, like I knew since I was a kid that I was going to get a tattoo because my hands were always covered in like Sharpie. Like and Sharpie pen, you know. And so, like, I understand, like, some people, like, who have tattoos can be seen as, like, threatening or intimidating, but, like, I've met so many people who are covered head to toe in tattoos, and they're chilling.
Like, the nicest people.
No, exactly.
Like I don't... What, having tattoos means, like, you're a shitty person? Like,
No, exactly.
If anything, they're, like, some of the nicest people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Not all.
So, not all of them. There are still some assholes who have tattoos, but, like, yeah.
I can name someone that we both know.
Yeah, but we're not going to. But I know who you're talking about. But yeah, like, I hate the fact that, like, tattoos and piercings and, like, certain hairstyles are, like, considered unprofessional. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, what?
It's getting better now. Like, I'm not sure how, like, I work at Tim Hortons. Like, I'm not sure how it was before, but, like, a bunch of people that I work with have tattoos.
Well,
and,
see, that's the thing. Like,
I roll my sleeves up when I work because I don't want my sleeves getting dirty.
Yeah.
And my tattoos are visible, but nobody's, like, said anything.
Well,
right? Like, I think we're moving away from that.
Well, no, exactly.
But, like, it's still a big issue.
Even, like, in the restaurant industry, if you work in a kitchen, you know when I say this that it is weird for you not to have a tattoo if you work in a kitchen.
True.
Like,
True.
I work beside, like, guys in my kitchen. Like, I'm the only girl in the kitchen. And the guys that I work with are covered, like, hands, arms, legs, like, some have some behind their ear, like, covered in tattoos. So I look weird without tattoos, you know? Or, well, you can't visibly see my tattoos when I work, but... So yeah, so it's definitely getting better. And, like, I remember, like, hearing, like, I remember hearing someone being like, oh, like, tattoos aren't even unique anymore. It's almost unique to not have a tattoo. Why do people keep getting tattoos? I'm like, what, you want to get a tattoo? Like, you sounded like a fucking pick-me girl. You want to get a tattoo to be
trying to be oppressed in this situation.
No, exactly. Like, why do you care? Why do you care if it's
why
not
does it
unique?
Matter?
My tattoo is unique to me. Well, yeah. One of them is. The other one was from a fucking flash sale, but it's fine. Yeah, I like it.
Flash,
so...
even flash sales, like, now artists are like, if it's done once, they take it off the flash sheet.
Well, you know something that's funny? I have one tattoo on my ankle and I have one on my upper thigh. And the tattoo I got on my upper thigh was a flash sale from a tattoo place that my brother and his girlfriend also go to. And my brother's girlfriend has the exact same flash tattoo as me. I'm like, no fucking way. This is fucking hilarious. She has it in a different spot, but I remember I took a picture of it. If
something goes wrong every time she looks at her tattoo, she's gonna remember that.
To be fair, like, at first I was like, oh, this is fucking awkward, but, like, now, like, it's completely slipped my mind until now. I think that's funny, though. But yeah, like,
we gotta get tattooed, Sam. Like, we have to get tattooed together.
I would love to. I love getting tattoos. Like, the tattoo I got on my thigh, I got with a close friend of mine that I met through, like, my last job. She's living in Toronto right now, but, like, yeah. So, like, I love tattoos. I want to get more. The issue for me is I want to get tattoos where I can hide them because acting. If I could get, like, I've thought about getting, like, a tattoo that covers the entire, like, front of my thigh. But I was like, hopefully that doesn't take away job opportunities from me. So I don't know if I will. But yeah, so for me, the issue with tattoos is just more finding where the fuck I'm gonna put it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I have a few plans for, like, you know, like, here, like, my back, even my ankle. Like, I'm thinking the next tattoo I get is probably gonna be on my ankle or something.
Okay.
It's just easier to hide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to avoid my arms. These are the only 2 tattoos I have, but they're both on my arm.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to avoid, like, places because I really love getting tattooed. It's like, I don't know, it doesn't hurt to me, but it, like, but then again, it is on my forearm. It's one of the easiest places.
Yeah.
But I want to get more because I love it. But just finding things that I want and trying to hide them is the most annoying part.
No, exactly. Like my first tattoo I ever got, it's an outline drawing of a bison because I really love bison. And also like I remember looking up that like bison symbolizes patience but like stubbornness, and I'm like, wow, that's literally me summed up. Like I am very patient but stubborn as shit, as you probably know, Sam.
I do.
And so I was like, I really want a bison tattoo. And so I held on to the design I found it when I was 16, and I got my tattoo a couple months after turning 18. So like I held on to the design for like 2.5 years because I liked it so much. But like this other tattoo, I just walked into the tattoo shop and was like,
I like that.
That one. Yeah.
Another
And got it on
hot
my
take
thigh.
that people seem to like, I don't know, like it's like a hot discussion. Like tattoos don't necessarily have to have meaning.
No, exactly. Like
you can think it looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Like at first when I got my first tattoo, I was like, I'm getting it because it has meaning. But then when I decided to go for a flash sale, I was like, I just like how it looks. Like they don't need to have
once
meaning.
you like start getting tattooed, then you kind of realize like not everything needs to have meaning. If
No,
I
exactly.
like it, then I like it.
If I think it looks pretty and I think it'll look pretty on my body, then I'm going to get it.
You can get a cover up if you don't like it anymore.
No, exactly.
You can also get it removed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So yeah, I think the whole piercing, colored hair, different kinds of hair, tattoo shit being unprofessional is ridiculous, and that is a old like fucking
boomer.
Yeah, it's a boomer fucking thought. Like thought, exactly, and we need to move on from it. The last hot take of the podcast that I'm bringing to the table. Some of my friends tease me about this because they think my reaction to this is funny. I think ASMR is fucking weird.
I agree.
Like when people I've had friends be like, oh, like I use ASMR to fall asleep, which I'm like, fair. But then when they like, because I guess I don't know, calms them, whatever. But then I listen to the videos, like as soon as someone starts to like whisper, I like my body just full body cringe. I'm like, oh no, this is.
I hate that. Do this. I do when I go really close to the mic and I start making mouth noises. I do because I know you hate it, but I also hate it.
So I just need to do it back then the next time that you do it. And I know that I'll get you back too.
I hear myself doing it and I already hate it, so.
But yeah, like I remember like in 2020 for my birthday, a bunch of friends and I like hopped onto like a Discord call to like just because that's the only way we could hang out at the time. And I remember we somehow got on the topic of ASMR and I was like, oh, I hate it. And then my friend like leaned into the microphone and was like, do you hate ASMR? This is my ASMR. And they started whispering. I remember full on yanking out my headphones and just tossing my phone on my bed. Cause just, I don't know what it is. Maybe there's like some like fucking.
There's a word for it. There's a word for it. Like you don't like those sounds. I forgot what the word is. Like it's like a phobia.
Yeah. But even like when people like if someone was to whisper in my ear, like even since I was a kid, yeah, I'm like, oh god, like I don't know if it's just because like you can like feel it and just like
you can feel a whisper. That's
you
so
can feel,
gross.
well, yeah, because like whisper, like when you're whispering, you're not using your vocal cords, right? You're just pushing out air. So, so yeah, so like sometimes if someone's whispering, like I'll be fine, whatever, but like especially in times when you're not expecting it, it's like the full body cringe. So I don't know if it's like my body hears ASMR and is like, nope, nope, not doing that again.
ASMR that I can handle, like especially like mouth sounds, animal ASMR.
Animal ASMR?
Yeah. Like people like put their pets in front of like a camera and like they put like out food and then they eat the food. I don't know if it's just me, but like I love it when animals eat. Like it just makes me happy. Like I'm like they're fucking devouring this food. They're enjoying it. They're like, this kibble is so fucking good. Mm-hmm. And then just the crunchy sounds that they make. It's so cute. But if a human did that, I will punch you in the face.
I hate like I got a video of someone doing like ASMR mukbang and I wanted to fucking burn my phone. Like, no, like I am very, I don't want to say self-conscious, but like if I'm on call with someone and I'm eating, I mute my microphone. Like, my friends know this. Like, my friends, like, that I play games with a lot, like, if I'm, like, quiet for a long period of time, they're like, oh, Sam's probably eating. Like, it's, like, just a known fact about me, because I hate when people can hear me eat, because I just don't like it.
Yeah, I feel that.
And so when, like, I don't understand the appeal in, like, these mukbang ASMR videos, because these people are purposefully, like, being loud while eating, and I'm like, oh, like, no.
Their mics are turned all the way up.
No, the gain is fucking cranked to 100, and they're just like. But the video the videos I do like, the only ASMR videos that I'll let pass, I don't know her YouTube channel, but her name's Maya. You probably know who I'm talking about, and she works with, like, birds and stuff. I think she was dating what's his face?
She's dating Mizkif.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't watch their content, that's why I didn't know his name. But I remember, I didn't know it was Maya when I first watched the video. Going back to it, I was like, oh wait, and I connected dots, whatever. But she has, like, the mini mic videos with, like,
yeah, and then she, like, goes up to the she owns a sanctuary, an animal sanctuary. It's called Alveus.
Yeah.
And she has this, like, mini mic, and then she goes up to the animals and asks them questions. And,
those
like,
videos are my fucking favorite. Yeah. I love them. Those are the only ASMR videos that I, like, love and will tolerate. Any other ASMR videos,
no, thank you.
And also the fact that, like, there's freaking, like, what was it? My friend sent me a video. Hopefully it was a joke. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for her at the time, but people, like, act like your boyfriend or, like, girlfriend or significant other, and they, like, do ASMR but, like, say things to you, and I'm like,
those are serious. Like, I know you're referring. Those are, like, I
know. And I remember clicking on the video, and, like, I think the first thing was the dude said, "Hey baby," but, like, in ASMR, and I was like, I fucking threw my phone. I'm like, why the fuck are you listening to this? Like, absolutely not. Like, not for me.
Actually, speaking of that, oh my god, there's only one that I've been able to tolerate something like that. There's a Tumblr account, and this guy, he sounds exactly like Tom Hiddleston. So actually? He makes, like, like, he sounds exactly like Tom Hiddleston. Who knows? It might be Tom Hiddleston.
It could be Tom Hiddleston. You just never know.
He basically, he does Loki, like, ASMR kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, there's safe for work ones, and then there's not safe for work ones.
Oh god.
It sounds, you know what? Loki is a comfort character for me, so, like, fair. That I can handle. Listen, I love Loki. I love him. So that's fine. Anything else, not fiction, like, if you're actually trying to play this, like, no, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. But yeah, so ASMR, personally, I think it's weird.
How about it?
You're like, I'm gonna go look at that later. I'm gonna look this up. But yeah, and I think that will be it for the podcast. Yeah. For today, anyway.
I found it. His account is literally Tom Hiddleston sound like on Tumblr. So if you're interested.
We're giving them free promo. There you go. But yeah, that was today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the more chill, laid back, us just being us. Being fucking idiots. And us giving our hot takes.
If you were actually, like, offended.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Sorry, I guess.
No. Not a problem.
But yeah. I wonder how many people agree with our takes or disagree. I bet there's definitely a couple who very much disagree with some of our takes.
Yeah.
I can see people which is fine. People have opinions. Do whatever the fuck you want. But I can see people hard disagreeing with the pineapple and pizza one and the video game movie adaptation one. Yeah. But, you know, do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's just my motto in life. If it doesn't hurt anybody and you want to do it, then just fucking do it. Like,
yeah.
fuck whoever gives you shit for doing it. But
including furries. Right, Sam?
What do you mean?
Like, they can do whatever they want.
Oh, yeah.
It's not right, Sam?
Yeah. I'm not a furry, but, like, you do your thing. You make that bank. Because there is, like, a whole other, you know, they make money from that. Whatever. But, yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. For those who are listening on Apple Music or Spotify, if you want to see the video version of this, it'll be up on YouTube the same time that comes out on Apple Music and Spotify. I've noticed for some reason the Apple Podcast, like, the episodes come out, like, a couple hours later, and I don't know why. So,
really?
Yeah, like, I've noticed that, like...
Every time that I checked, it's, like... Because usually, like, when you're like, oh, it's going to be uploaded at this time, I usually end up checking, and they're all there.
Oh, that's weird. There's been times where, like, I've checked, like, I'll check... Oh, like, obviously, like, I'm the one who uploads it, so I always check to make sure that it's actually worked, because, you know, my Wi-Fi can be finicky. And, like, I've seen that, like, YouTube and Spotify uploads no problem, but, like, sometimes I'll go on, like, Apple Podcasts, and it's not there, and I'm like, what? So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, and you have to wait a little bit later for the podcast, or maybe my phone is just being stupid, who knows? Thank you. We appreciate you guys listening, obviously. And
if you feel like it, leave a review.
No, exactly. Leave a review. We'll read it. We only have one that we've already read, but if you want to leave another, feel free. But yeah, we're live bi-weekly. These episodes are aired live, so if you want to see them earlier, you can. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.